you can get. So whatever better deal you can get, they're all going to be the same, to be
In
honest.
terms of interest rate, you mean?
Yeah, pretty much. SoFi is not a bad bank. Discover is good. So it's really all going to be,
Up to what they offer?
yeah.
I bet.
All right. Good morning for everybody that's on YouTube. Welcome to a crazy Monday. And I say crazy because we're crazy. No,
Yeah.
she hears
And
crazy.
David's late. And David's late.
Bro, no.
Yeah. And David is late.
No,
We
bro.
gotta get him to put the link on time.
No, bro. All right, so we had numbers come out at 6:45. So at the open actually had a big candle up. Numbers came out at 6:45, big candles down, and then back up again. This is the top of the 15-minute candle, bottom of the 15-minute candle. We're looking at a possible retracement back to the top of the 50-minute candle. Um, so if it bounces from here, this may be a good trade to go up, to go on the long side today. But we're looking for longs for now. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's starting to slow down and consolidate, which is a good thing. Bro, bro, bro. All right, guys, this is what I'm seeing. On the NASDAQ as well as the S&P, we're looking at breaking this high. Get a candle up here, right? And same right here. And then I'll continue up to this resistance. You guys see that? Let's look at the second 15-minute candle. 262. 262. Shit. That was funny. Three, 340. That is exactly where I put that. Interesting how things work.
Oh, look who's texting me.
Oh,
Sam,
oh yeah.
he said I didn't have any luck finding the emails. I'm going to have my computer glue, but
Bro. Oh. $792.25. Good morning, Alexia.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Alexia. How are you?
Good, good. How's it going?
So far, so good. Shakir was late again this morning.
Bro. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
like always.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys have a good weekend?
Yeah, how about you?
Good, good as well.
You both of you in Boston?
No, no, just I'm in Boston right now.
I thought you were going to Boston to see her.
In
Dude, not yet.
2 weeks?
Oh,
2 weeks.
you guys excited to go to Boston together again? I mean, you've done this several times.
Yeah, bro, many times.
Oh, it's so hard for you. Stop bitching.
What he's bitching, bro. I'm just saying that so many times.
Look at that. It bounced off that first at the top of that 15-minute candle right here.
Mm-hmm.
You got quite a bit of buyers here, so there is support. There is support, but this could be a top. We'll see if it starts turning. Bro, can you believe all that? No, you cannot.
I cannot.
You cannot, bro.
I got in.
You got in? What you say?
Say God.
You what?
I said, God damn.
What?
Bro, shut up. Trying to drive me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
PLP8. Okay, perfect. Trailing on both. Mm-mm-mm.
Are you in the market?
Yes, sir.
Would you go short?
Yeah. But I know it's gonna go back right now, like in a little bit.
Just a little bit, just a little bit.
But I'm gonna take my profit and yep, trailing on both right now. Perfect.
Look at that.
Uh-huh. Uh, look at that. Nice. Sexy, baby. Ooh, looks like looking good right now.
That. That. That.
Made a quick 85 bucks on there.
Nice.
Nothing too crazy. It might turn back from there, like at 2029 too.
Yeah,
Yeah, in my
it could. Oh, the longer term showing long
mm-hmm.
at this point. Um, but oh my goodness gracious.
Ooh.
Look at that. Right back up, bro.
Yeah, exactly what I said.
Dude, you're becoming a prophet now.
Yeah, hey, talk to me nice, bro.
You know what I'm saying? No regrets.
No regrets on that for sure.
No regrets.
I'll be back real quick.
Okay. Okay.
So with that candle though,
That's a big candle.
what's up with that candle? I know you like it.
You like
I
it?
know you like it.
Did you go long?
No, no, no. I'm waiting if it breaks through that um top in the next candle, I might go. And then
That's what
on
I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for
yeah,
it.
and yeah, exactly. If it breaks that resistance point, we're going in.
Yep. That's what I'm waiting for. And then I'll go up
Mm.
here.
And it's gonna touch that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
No regrets, bro.
Look at that. That's a strong buy signal. Golly. Yep. ES is punched through it.
Let it punch through it first,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll chat. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
You know what I'm saying, bro.
Yes,
You just don't
bro.
understand.
What you do? Mhm. Come on, dog. That's a big resistance zone right there, huh?
It
Look
is.
at that.
But yeah, it's huge resistance right there, man.
Yeah, it's insane. He might just womp, but we'll see.
That's what they say. We will see. That's what the blind will say. We will see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yetter.
No regrets, bro.
Yetter. Yetter.
I still think it's gonna go up. I think it's gonna punch it. It's gonna punch right through. Even though it's resisting, I think it's gonna be like a huge candle. It's gonna be like poof.
Yeah, at some point. Now look at that candle. It will go up for sure.
Oh, sure.
Going the wrong way. Uh,
I'm in, bro.
You're in it, huh?
I'm only in it to win it. I think it's gonna punch right through that.
Are you not watching?
I don't know. Locked in on the Nasdaq.
Yeah, me too.
I fucking resist it. Out of the Nasdaq now.
It's resisting hardcore over in the S&P.
Yeah.
Risky to go in before.
Yeah, that's why I canceled it. It makes money.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. There's a big resistance.
Huge resistance there. I still think it's gonna punch through it. We'll see.
But it's
We shall wait and see, brother. So,
Hey, look at it. Look at this candle now.
test it again.
It's actually past it. There it is. There it is.
Yep, that's it.
Look at that.
Money.
It's gonna go up to here. It's gonna go up to right here.
Perfect.
Yeah, but it's still resisting. See how it's coming back down?
I get it.
It's gotta retest again.
It's 2 minutes for this candle. This candle's gonna punch right through, bro.
That's it.
What's already punched through it?
Yeah, East is looking better than NQ.
Look at NQ.
A lot of buyers right here, actually.
Good morning.
Good morning, Keith. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
All right.
We flew and picked up Connor Friday, I told you, right?
Yeah.
Dropped him off yesterday. Holy crap, the weather coming back. I had to divert to a different airport because my airport, the winds wouldn't allow me to fly the RNAV into 28 because they were coming. The winds were like 250 at like 20, gusting 30 or something crazy.
Damn.
And it's like ILS 10 only because it's nighttime. And I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, I didn't even realize. So then I'm like in the air and they're like, oh, what do you want to do? You can't, do you want to fly into ILS 10? I was, no, thank you so much. I wouldn't even been able to open my damn hangar door. So I landed at this other airport near Milwaukee and we got our niece to pick us up. It was really good.
Yeah.
So
Good decision.
yeah, definitely. I mean, we were in soup from like 3,000 or 4,000 up to like 17.
Jeez, serious.
And we got some good icing. Yeah, it was quite the flight. It was pretty crazy. It was good though. Like
Good to
light
experience
chop.
that again, huh?
What's that?
Good to experience that again.
It was good. honestly, David, even when I flew before, I never flew like this kind of weather because it was always West Coast. Furthest I would go is like Minnesota
Yeah,
in the summertime. So it was more like watching out for, thunderstorms. This was like, I couldn't believe the layer was that there was no gaps. It was like crazy at 15,000. I'm like, are we ever going to get to the top? It was crazy. So how's it going today?
good. We've already put a trade in. This is our second trade.
Okay.
I think it's gonna go up to this resistance point here.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like the market is starting to turn around a little bit, like
Yep.
we talked about, like you said.
Like I told you, it was gonna turn around.
Yeah.
It
I mean, if we get a
found a
good,
bottom support.
right? Oh, is that you think the support spot right there on both sides?
Yeah, I think it'll support here. It'll continue to go up, but I'm talking about the longer support range, right?
Got it.
Yeah.
So you think the next little while it's going to start climbing back up to where it was towards the highs again?
Yeah, I think it's gonna climb.
I hope you're right.
I think it is gonna climb.
That resistance today.
It really is resisting it. Yeah. This one, I was thinking about doing it here, like half. I want to go half the move to about right here, and then I'll put my third one right here. That should give me plenty of room. I think it's gonna go up to here. It's already punched it. It's already punched here. I know there's resistance, but I just it's gonna go up.
Do you think it'll come back down like tomorrow a little bit and then keep going up, or you think we'll get a few little bit of a rally?
I think we're gonna get a small rally this morning and possibly a little bit of retracement later today. But it's gonna go up to at least this resistance point and maybe start resisting back down. Maybe coming back down.
But then over the next week or two, it's going to go past there, you think?
I think it's gonna get the S&P will get to the 6,000s for sure.
Okay.
Probably in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
I was resisting a lot right here, isn't it?
Good.
You out?
Some sort of community handles.
You took that loss?
Yep, there's only like $30 loss each, which I can recover easily in another trade. I just didn't wanna.
Get into it. There it is. Come on, bring it up. There it is. There's a NASDAQ going. That's it. That's it. That's it. Wow. That's a lot of candles.
No. Mm,
Let's see if we get another pull up. We either start trailing it or get out of it at this point. S&P, bring it up. Oh, there you go. There it is. Start trailing that S&P. That's it. Come on. It's a tough market. That's it. Trail it.
I don't know why the
There it is.
say. The NASDAQ, let's see.
Yeah. I don't want to get out. I want this to continue up to here and trail it all the way up. And that would be a really nice day. Damn it. Oh, we got the NASDAQ. All right, a little bit up, and my average price is great right now. This candle just moves up a little bit. That's it. Come on, no, up. That's it. That's it. Continue.
That's interesting.
That's it. Right there. Up. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna trail it. I like it, man.
Were you positive?
Yep. Look at that.
Okay, not bad.
I just didn't like it because I think it could drop down. So I just took a positive trade and just got out of it. It's just resisting so much in this area over here. I was in a trade long. I was able to get into a positive scenario and I decided to get out of it early just because I didn't like it. I just didn't like how much it's resisting. Even though it's still looking like it's going up, I'd rather wait a little bit longer. I'd rather wait to get into a better scenario of a trade. Yeah, this could be like an overbought scenario. That's why it's resisting so much.
Yeah, it's insane, actually, how much resistance is right there.
Yeah.
Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles, I couldn't break it.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at this candle. Oh my God. Hey. Oh my God. Hey. You look bored, Alexia.
No, not bored.
No? What are you looking at? You're just like so in such a concentrated mode.
Yeah. No, just working as well on the side. While I wait for the next
trade?
trade. Yeah.
Yeah. There it is. There's that move that I was expecting up. Yep. That broke right through that.
Yeah, finally.
Took forever.
Oh, this is a grind today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Another day of grinding. Yeah, this could start retracing from here. This could be like a top. Yeah. Interesting. Whoa, look at that. What was that? Let's see. Now we can start to get some pressure on the buy side. Close.
Oh,
That was the move I've been waiting for.
slowly it's climbing. Very slowly.
Yes. Very slowly, it is climbing. You in?
Yeah.
NASDAQ?
Yep.
Yeah, I like it too. And the S&P as well. Yep, on both. Let's see where it takes us today. That's slow today. You trailing? On the NASDAQ?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't trail it yet.
But it was such a small little profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, all throughout the move up, it's been just small candlesticks, right? Very,
Yeah, it's just very slow, sluggish.
yeah. Yeah,
But-
they're very different. And I feel like last week we haven't seen this like very slow.
Yeah. Kind of hard. What?
You see an average price on S&P?
Oh, you're in the S&P still?
Yeah.
My God.
Painful. So slow. And,
Oh, well. Oh, shit. Can't get out of this.
To, working orders, might be a ghost order,
Where?
if you're finding reports to working orders.
We're still active, see?
No, it's just 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm out, huh?
So if you go, well, that order book, so go to all,
Where?
that order book, go to all. So just have. Cancel.
Yeah, I'll cancel it.
Yeah, so it might be a ghost
How do I refresh this? Let's see if I got it.
logging out and logging back in.
Yeah, it's not here.
You log out and log back in.
Yep.
Yeah, some happens.
What happened to my?
It's to be forever.
Are you still in it?
Yeah.
The Nasdaq?
Yeah.
That's why I got out of it.
No, not like S&P.
S&P, I was able to get out. No, actually, I got out of both manually. I was like, I'm done. I don't like it. Too close to that resistance. Too slow and sluggish. Today, we really haven't been able to trail.
No.
What a horrible trading day today.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It looks like very promising, like with the clear trend, but
you can't trail. You see how it doesn't trail it?
Hard.
It doesn't do anything. It's just the conditions
Yeah.
are horrible.
100%. Yeah, we take what we can.
That's it. We take what we can.
Yeah. Yeah, I also just took a couple trades and very small profit every time, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day for today for trading.
Okay,
Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
you got it. See you, Alexia.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, it looks like there's bigger candles down than there are up. Have you noticed that? Well, not really.
It's just this, right now, this time period right now is just super slow.
Yeah.
Buenos días.
Hola, Heriberto, buenos días. I don't know if it's really finding a top here, and it's just been really resisting the sell-off. And it's just stuck here, you know? Yeah, look at this candle now. It's crazy. Oh, here's a good one.
Finally got into a second tier on this one.
Damn.
Yeah. Like.
Francisco, quote this. I'm gonna send it to your friends now, okay? I sent you one yesterday for you to quote too. Did you quote it?
I did not.
Unknown caller.
Look at that. Top of that. Second 50-minute candle.
This one to your QHMB.
Yeah,
There, I thought.
I'm talking about the other one that I sent you yesterday.
That one I recorded because I was asleep. Simple.
Well, why aren't you up? You
Because
can't
it's-
you can't sleep.
Cause it's like 9 PM, almost 10 PM, and we have to wake up early.
Not supposed to sleep.
No. No. So what is that? That's like 5,700 plus 500 for overnight stay. So
I just quote 4,900.
just quote it.
Quote 4,900.
Holy shit, this trade, man, just fucking take me out already.
You long?
Yeah,
Where's your average price?
where it's at,
Right where it's at?
5809. It's been toying with that area, it won't fucking take me out.
5809.50. Oh, it's like right here. This market today sucks so much. Where's your third tier?
All the way down, I'm taking it down.
Yeah, that's why I got out of it manually. I just didn't like it. There it is. There you go. At the average price.
Let me just roll it still. Oh, no,
Well,
now it needs to get up and fucking take me out. Keep going, you little bitch. Nice, nice. Keep it going. This is the problem.
That's today's market though. Today is crap.
The one from last night. Oh,
You trailing yet? You should just about be trailing soon. There it is.
yeah.
You're golden now.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna good move. Go. Holy shit, that's
I don't know.
for John Wayne. It's at LAS, which is the one from last night. Let me think, what, 5200? Think you have to really take to John Wayne,
To
LAS.
Vegas? Is it LAS or is it H&D?
LAS.
And that's when the third?
27th and 28th, so this weekend.
Yeah, you have to do that with what's his name, because I'll be gone.
Yeah. 3200,
How much?
3200.
Yeah, do 56. So we can get a, yeah, 600 is good.
Unless if we get it. It's so fair. I don't know how.
Yeah, it's so fair.
We get fees for Vegas. Karen.
Yeah, he's gonna be fees there.
56 will cover it.
Yeah, just try 56, see what happens. Still trailing?
Huh?
Still trailing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, I'm still trailing. I'm still trailing. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Keep going up.
You caught a good one, dude. 15 contracts? Yeah, that's what I've been trying to catch, something like that.
Yeah, it was hard because you gotta really drag your feet and stay in for fucking ever to catch something like this.
Today, yes. Yeah, but it looks like the sellers are not interested in doing anything today.
What the previous size on the S&P.
Yeah, you're out.
How? Oh. Wow, only 250
I know that.
because I think I had -50 before. So I think I made 300 of that trade and I'm 250. So I made $200 today. So it was the only loss. Not bad, but it's just right now.
Another green flag. Look at that. It just passed the resistance on the S&P.
And we'll have to be stuck so long in the product.
You're like, I don't want to do this again, huh? Maybe this candle ends up.
Unknown caller.
Well,
It's not working anymore.
yeah, the panel, they shut it off.
Why not they shut the panel off, but the panel is set to 71 and it's 74.
Well, somebody must have complained and they shut it off.
Maybe.
Unknown caller.
How's it, David? Hello?
Hello, this is Brandon with Summit Realty. I was wondering if you followed the home here on Tomlin's Drive.
Yes?
How that came off the market. Wanted to check in with you, see if you're trying to sell, looking for a tenant.
Oh,
Anything else we can do to be helpful.
not interested, thank you.
Empresario por hoy, a bañarse. ¿Quién te sale por hoy a bañarse? No se enamora, no se enamora, no, no podía. No, no se le da. No,
Got over 220. No hay nada mejor en esta vida que ver un vídeo de un buen blackout. Me encanta este estilo de tatu. No, hombre, no, eso no, no, ¿qué estás haciendo? No, no, no hay nada mejor en esta vida que ver un vídeo de un. Engineer.
That's my girlfriend.
Okay, hold up. Okay.
Yellow fever and bad breath do not need to. Brushing your dog's teeth is the gold standard in dental hygiene, but it's time-consuming and difficult to maintain, which is why we developed ProBright Advanced Dental Care. And here's how it works. You add just 1 scoop of powder to their food daily. Dry food, raw, just as
Night scrubs, tattoos, daddy issues. Back. Facts.
I don't know if it's just me or not, but isn't it crazy how realistic AI is getting?
How do you add your outline, right there? Everything you can think of about Excel is all here, and you got Excel breaks. And stretches all here. We're wasting time doing this with everything that you're figuring. I do think they may raise the price on us soon because of our external volume, so I'm thinking. It shocks me that people get Excel every day and they don't have a cheat sheet. We're looking up how do I create a pivot table right here. How do you add a border outline right there? Everything you can think of about Excel is all here. You got these things and stretches. We're wasting time doing this with everything that you're doing. I do think they may raise the price on us soon because I'm starting to buy them, so I'm attention to this. It still shocks me that people get Excel every day. How do we turn it struggling? It still shocks me that people get Excel every day.
Holy shit, bro.
Yeah, you see that?
Wow. God damn. What's going on now? Anything there? Are they finally trying to sell this off? No, nothing. Finally gonna get some movement or what? This looks like a good sell.
Possibly, yeah. As a crossover there.
A minute. In the NASDAQ. Yeah.
Look at the other long terms.
Yep. Long terms are still long, but I think it's going to come down a little bit more.
You see that wick?
Yep. Big resistance up here anyways. Even if I capture a second tier here, my third tier is gonna be in the top. You see what I'm saying?
I think the funny thing is that the trend is up.
Yeah.
Market thing.
But they're trying to sell it off.
Hmm?
I just think they're trying to sell it off. No, and I have tons of indications for short. Yep, 55 seconds. Yeah, the 5 minute is just gave me a red flag. Just now. And we're finally getting some movement.
This is really fast, you know.
I got a double flag on the 3, flag on the 5. Pointing down on the 15, but no flag yet. And the 30 is just up. The S&P is really dumping. There you go. Trail it. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Uh, here's- got a trail here at least. Finally, a good trail. Finally, a good trail. Past that support. So we got the 3, the 5 red. The 15 is pointing down, but I don't have a red yet. The 30 is just flat. It's not going to give me anything for a while, but I'm not too worried about the 30. But if the 15 gives me a red and this keeps coming down and we get another red on the 3, I think we're golden again to golden. Does that make sense?
Unknown caller.
If you wouldn't mind returning my phone call at your earliest convenience, I'd appreciate it. My contact number is 801. Hi, David, this is Bailey with Boston City. I was going to touch base with you in regards to some balances that we have here for you, here for you. If you wouldn't mind returning my phone call at your earliest convenience.
Nope. You can go fuck yourself, Ogden City.
Northern Lights,
See, we have some open balances.
only one. You don't own anything.
No, we don't know any of them. I think that's what I said. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of glad I got out of that one. But that's all it's doing today. It's just up and down like that, and it's been really, really hard. Look at that. We got another flag on the 3 on the ES. Yep, we got a red flag on the 15 on the ES. So the ES is looking good again for short. If it resists up here, if it resists up here, it comes back down, it'd be good for short. On the NQ, we got a flag on the 15 as well. So now in the long terms, we're red. But the EMAs are still a little flat. So let's just wait until we get a little bit more structure. So today, there's just really no structure. Just a trend up, very slow and sluggish. We got to move down with pretty much no structure yet. It's setting up for a possible sell-off structure. And if that's the case, we'll take advantage of that. But today it's been a struggle to pull anything out of the market for sure. It's been a tough day to get anything out. Is Trump supposed to speak right now? That's what I'm reading. Yeah. You know, we have not done bad at all for this type of trading day. This is a really hard trading day, and we've not done bad at all. We've done actually pretty decent.
Choosing life is an option under the pro-choice designation made often by the left. She tried to shut down any pro-life pregnancy center from being listed on a Google search. So can you imagine the evil of someone that would do that? This is one of those bills that would actually, the bill would actually support that. In addition to the Biden administration's response and repeated attacks on our pro-life movement, with Representative Fishbach, we introduced the Supporting Pregnant and Parenting Women and
Oh, fine.
Did you call my name?
No,
Oh, sorry, I'm just bouncing back and forth.
no, you're,
Market's pretty lame today, huh?
oh my gosh, it's been so different. We've done pretty decently. I mean, we've made $380, but
Right, but it's been a fight.
it's been a fight. Yeah.
All right, a little bit's better than nothing, right?
Yeah, well, is what it is.
Wait for this damn weather to get better so I can go pick up my damn plane.
Where's it at? Oh, yeah, on the other airport.
Yeah, it's near Milwaukee. I should be able to get it maybe about 3. But it's just like 20, the winds are like 27 knots. Or as much as 27, I should say. Yeah, I mean, what's interesting is as much as the E-mini and the NASDAQ and the S&P are moving,
Yeah.
the SPY and the QQQ are not making as big a moves down as they normally do.
No, they don't. It's, yeah, something is up.
Yeah. Which is very interesting. I don't know why Connor didn't get on today.
Yeah, we're looking all red now. I'm in the S&P. And I'm in the NASDAQ. I'm in both again.
Known caller.
That's it. I'll bring it down. Everything is short, dude.
I'm seeing the new one in.
Yeah, on both. There it is. Trail it. There it is. Come on, bring it down. That's it. Start the trail. God, this is like pulling teeth out of a dead horse.
Yeah, that's how I felt my first one trade. Yeah.
I got a the NASDAQ manually. I'm still in the S&P. See if this comes down. Starts trailing this. At least I trail this one. Come on. It's too much. Too much. It's supporting there. See that? Yeah, look at that. My gosh, this has been a freaking crazy day. Ooh, we got red on the 30 now. So everything is red. Are we live streaming? We should be live streaming.
Yeah. Eye level.
These candles are crazy. Still trying to figure out if President Trump is talking today.
I haven't seen anything wrong about it.
Crazy. I don't see it.
if the attacks occurred. So my hope is that the FBI and the Department of Justice will very aggressively ensure the safety and the well-being of pregnancy care centers throughout the country. I know we all get death threats as members of Congress. I get it. We all get them. And of course, there's always an effort to protect. But when you got the vulnerability of just caring for women out of total love, we have a situation where they need protection as well. So we're going to up that effort as well. So
The bill has the same language of
TANF? No, it does not. Do you want to speak to you?
Everyone, you are watching live now from Fox. Everyone, we appreciate you continuing to join us all in real time. We are now going to go out to the White House. President Trump's cabinet meeting. This is the tape playback. We have about 45 minutes of it right now. Let's show it to you from the beginning all the way to the end.
The chip business, not because of the CHIPS Act, which was a disaster. You gave billions of dollars to companies that already have many billions of dollars. They said, thank you very much. It was no incentive for them to use it. But what is good is the tariffs will make it so that they want to come back. That's why they're coming back. I think they're coming back.
And he was very smart. He had good genetics. His
Period.
brother was the longest serving professor in the history of
Yes,
MIT, Dr. John Trump. And my
This is-
father
this
was
is on
every bit
YouTube.
as smart, but my father had to work. He was older and he put his brother through school. In fact, he once said, boy, I put him through so much school. He had 3 different degrees. And they asked him to stay on at MIT, but my father was the same ilk. And I noticed that my father was a happy man. And what he did is he worked. He just worked all the time. He worked. And he loved it. And really, I think the best piece of advice I got from that is you have to love what you do. And if you love what you do, you're going to have a happy life. If you don't, I mean, I see so many people, they're in businesses that they don't want to be in. They're in businesses that, they're bored in or they're not good at. They don't have a natural ability at it. There is such a thing as natural ability, whether it's sports or acting or anything else. I mean, some people have an ability for something, try and find that ability, but you have to love what you do. If you love what you do, you're going to be, at least you have a good chance of being successful.
Mr. President, it's almost time for an early dinner. So if you are throwing a dinner party and you can invite 3 fascinating guests, living or dead, who would you bring?
Well, they're all sitting right in the front row. Yes, sir. Are you ready? Mohammed, are you ready? Steve Witkoff, and we have the most important person, at least until the World Cup is over, is here. Johnny, stand up. He gave the United States the World Cup. Johnny, thank you very much. I didn't know you were here. That's very good. He's the king of soccer. That's not bad. And you've done a fantastic job. But it's very interesting. When I was president, I got the World Cup and I got all of the, we have the 250 anniversary. So that fell in this administration. That's a big deal, 250 years. But we have all of these things happening. And I also got the Olympics. And I was called by the mayor of Los Angeles, sir, would you call up the Olympic Committee? Because it was at that time, President Obama will not take their phone call. And we're going to get the Olympics in Los Angeles. And by the way, they've recommitted to Los Angeles at a level that, I was very worried about that. And they've the opposite, somebody could have said, well, we're going to do it someplace else until they have actually recommitted. They're going to make it bigger and better than ever. So I want to let you know that. But I had the Olympics. So I got the Olympics, I got the World Cup, and I said, and the 250, but that one I didn't get. But it was there. It was in this term. And I ran an election and we did fantastic in 2016. We did much better, millions and millions, tens of millions, but millions and millions of votes better. And bad things happened and I didn't get that one. And I said, when I originally signed the Olympics, I said, I won't be able to even be president. And I got the Olympics because when I spoke with the people, the organizing committee and the people in different parts of the world, they asked me to do it because the president wouldn't do it. I was president-elect and I gave them a talk. I couldn't get them off the phone. They were starving for love. And the bottom line, they gave us the Olympics. And I said, isn't it sad I won't be president? Then we had the election result. And now I'm president for the Olympics and for the World Cup. So I'm very happy about that, Johnny. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll be there. I promise I'll be there.
And by the way, Mr. President, backstage, you have a gift from Johnny. He gave us the first ball with your name, which will be played for the World Cup in America.
It's going to be great. Thank you, Johnny, very much.
I doubt that any day you will take a sabbatical year, but if you could take a sabbatical year, Mr. President, what unconventional thing would you do?
What was the word?
Sabbatical. You don't work for 1 year.
But you said Sabbath. It's a big difference. It's almost the opposite when you think about it, right? I think what I do is, look, what I'm doing now
is the most exciting job in the world. It's a hard job, not an easy job. It's a nasty job. It could be a lot easier with, I think that the news media has to straighten themselves out because people are getting it. They're losing tremendous popularity and they've lost their prestige and they've lost their credibility. And I think it's a very important thing, the news media, but I think they have to straighten themselves out because the people are going around them now. They have so many different things with like Elon with X, which was a big thing. And we have Truth, which has been fantastic. And we have so many other things that you don't really need traditional. But I will tell you that there's just nothing I could do to enjoy my life, whether it's that or anything else that you ask, because this is the ultimate. I mean, I had to make a big decision and it was a very risky decision because if I would have lost, my life would have been a much different life. It would have been a very nasty life. They were going after me at levels that nobody's ever seen before. Not Andrew Jackson, not Abraham Lincoln. The historians say that the president that was treated the worst by far by the media and overall was Andrew Jackson. In fact, his wife died of heartbreak. They were treated really rough. And Abraham Lincoln was second, but he had a civil war. You can understand that. But nobody was treated like me, nobody. And I will tell you, you learn a lot about yourself. But there's nothing I'd rather do. I had to make a decision. Do I do this? Because if I lost, it would have been very, very bad. It was dangerous, actually, very dangerous in so many different ways. And I decided to do it. And I said, I have to win. Because if I don't win, I spoke to a friend of mine the other night. He said, if you lost, it would have been it was actually Sean Hannity just before we did the interview last night. He said, boy, if you would have lost, you would have had a tough life. You would have had a very tough life. So there was a certain amount of courage involved in this decision to run. And it's a great honor to win by this much, to win all 7 swing states, the popular vote. Popular vote doesn't get won that much by Republicans for whatever reason. I think that's changing because, again, we're the party of common sense and they're the party of some real bad things. And I think they'll change. I think they have to change. It would be wonderful. I'm going to be having lunch with some of the Democrats next week, and it would be wonderful if we could work together. I think working together would be great. But they have to change. You can't get elected on the programs that they want. And that's really what America wants to see. So there's nothing I'd rather do than what I'm doing right now.
When we started this conference, Mr. President, Yasser and I, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince told us, I want that to be the place where people will come to understand where to invest in terms of geographies and sector. So what is the best investment you have made in your personal growth, Mr. President?
Well, I was involved in real estate from, most of my life and was, guys like Witkoff will tell you I was really good at it. And I was successful at it, very successful at it. I've been involved in things prior to being president, but during the last 4 years, I followed sort of the trends and I've made a lot of money with following some of these trends. And, it's, again, it's something that you do. I really believe that some people have instinct. I think I've always had an instinct for making money. I make money. And I went into show business. I had one of the most successful shows on television. I wrote books and they were all bestsellers. Virtually every book was a big bestseller, some really big bestsellers. And so I don't know, it's whatever I do, I just want to make it successful. It's very important to me. There are many ways to make money. You can be in many different fields. And a lot of them is being in the right country. If you're in a certain country, our country is actually getting very bad, a very dangerous place, actually. Bad things were happening. But if you're in a certain country, you have a chance to do well. And no matter how good you are, if you were born into the wrong country, you're not going to make money. Now, you can do other things. You can attain power, I guess. Maybe it's the wrong kind of power, but it's power. But being in the right country where you have the right incentives and, entrepreneurship, et cetera. And America has always been sort of at the top or one of the top, but always pretty much at the top. But it was losing that position. And I think losing it rapidly. This last administration, look, I don't want to be, I wish I could say, I wouldn't have run. If I thought Biden was doing a good job, if I thought I wouldn't have run. Because as I said, it was very dangerous to run in a lot of ways. In fact, my ear will show that when you look at it closely, my ear
I had that throbbing feeling every once in a while, but it was dangerous in a lot of different ways. But he was so bad that I had no choice but to do it. If I thought he was doing a great job, I wouldn't have run, and I would be very happy. I actually wanted him to do a good job. I was saying, do this, do that. I'm telling them, do things. They should have done what I said. And, but I would have been very happy not to have run, and frankly, to have seen somebody do a good job, but our country was going to hell. And I really sort of had to run.
If you were a historical ruler, would you prefer to rule during war or peace?
Well, I want to be, again, a peacemaker, and I want to keep us out of war, but sometimes to do that, you have to have a very strong country. You have to have a very strong military. And as I said, we have a much stronger military than anyone would know. We have the best equipment, and I bought a lot of it. I rebuilt our military in the first 4 years. I rebuilt it. We gave a lot of it away to Afghanistan, to the Taliban, stupidly, but that's a very small amount relative. It was billions and billions, but it's still a very small amount relatively to what we built. But I largely rebuilt our military. Now I'm going to have to do it again because so much has been given away, so much has been treated so badly. But to keep peace, you really have to, I have a thing, strength through, and I mean it, you really have it. You have strength and you need the strength, but it's really peace through strength, because without the strength, it's going to be very hard to have peace, because you're going to be taken over, bad things are going to happen. So you really want to have peace through strength. And that's where I've been. Having strength, having power in that sense to protect yourself and your people is a very important thing. Hopefully you don't have to use that power. I will tell you, I was dealing with President Putin very successfully on denuclearization. We were talking about it very seriously. And then COVID came and lots of things came. And we had also talked to China about it. Now, Russia and us have the biggest nuclear by far. China is not close, but they will be close in 3 or 4 years or 5 years, they'll be equal. But we were going to talk to China, and I spoke to President Xi about it very successfully. I think we were going to denuclearize it. We had to get the smaller nuclear powers, of which there are 4, 3 maybe, but 4 probably, to do something. We would have been able to do that. But I was having very strong talks with President Putin about denuclearization. And, you know, if you're president, you get presentations about what we're building, what we're having, the power of weapons, the power of many things besides weapons per se. But I saw the power of nuclear weapons, and we can never let that happen. If that happens, the ball game the world will be destroyed. The power is so enormous. You look at Hiroshima, you look at Nagasaki, multiply that times 500 times, and the world would be destroyed. So you want somebody as your president, or you want somebody as your leader that understands that. We just can't let that happen. We can't let other countries get nuclear weapons. Not only Iran. Iran is a good example, and maybe the one that people think about, but we can't let that happen. The power of weaponry today is so enormous that the world would disintegrate. So we can't let it happen.
Mr. President, if you had to describe United States of America in just 3 words, what would they be?
In 3 words?
3 words.
Love, respect, and strength. That's a tough question. That might be my best answer, Yasser. That reminds me of high school, that one, but that may have been the toughest question, actually. Do you think Joe Biden could have done that? I don't think so. I don't think so.
We're almost at the end, Mr. President, but talking about United States of America, what is one cultural habit in the US business that the rest of the world could learn from? What is the best practice that?
Well, I think we love our families, but I think a lot of the world loves.
I'm in the middle of something.
I was speaking to the head of Mexico because I complain constantly about people pouring in. Now our border is the strongest border we've ever had. We've gone from the worst border ever in history to the strongest border. But I was speaking to the president of Mexico, a very wonderful woman, actually. And I said, we were talking about drugs. You can't let people come through your country and come into the country. You know, it was not that nice, but they understood what I was saying. And she said something that really got me. She said, I said, you're not a big drug taking nation. And she said, no, we are not a consumer. And I said, a consumer, what are the, an interesting word. We're not a consumer nation. We're not a consumer of drugs. I said, what an interesting, and why is that? She said, well, we have very strong family values. I said, but we do too. We do too. We have very strong, our families are devastated by what's happening with fentanyl, and China will not be we're going to make a deal with China. They were not letting that happen anymore. And I had a deal, by the way, before I left. I had a deal with President Xi where they were going to give the maximum penalty to anybody making fentanyl and sending it into the United States. And their maximum penalty is the death penalty, and it would have stopped. But when the election turned out to be a rigged election, but that's okay. When election turned out to be, it was an election that shouldn't have happened. All the things that happened. I'll give you an example. We wouldn't have had October 7th, Israel attack. We wouldn't have had Ukraine and Russia fighting. We wouldn't have had inflation. We wouldn't have had all of these things that, happened. But in speaking with her, she said about family values. I said, well, you're not really saying anything there because we have great families too. We have great family values. She said, plus we advertise a lot. I said, ooh, you mean you advertise about how bad drugs are? Yes, we do. We spend a lot of money on advertising. And I said, unbelievable. That was such a great conversation because we're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars advertising how bad drugs are so that kids don't use them, that they chew up your brain, they destroy your teeth, your skin, your everything. And I thanked her for that. I make so many calls and I never learn anything from anybody. I know everything and I never learn anything from anybody. And I spoke to this woman. As soon as she said it, she didn't have to say exactly what I said. Exactly. What a great idea. And I think we're going to have, and I saw pieces of it. We're going to go in with $100 million and then another $100 million initially. But I saw some of the ads and they are really violent. I said, you have to make them strong. Your skin practically comes off after a period of time. You lose your hearing. You lose your teeth. It is terrible. And we show this happening to people. And I think we're going to, we did very well with, we had blue ribbon committees headed up by the First Lady of the United States and a lot of other people that, they have no idea the viciousness of these cartels and these people. And they're smarts. They're very smart, tough people making a fortune, by the way, an absolute fortune. But we got it down 18%, which was a record. But 18% is not great when you think about it. I think we could get it down 50 or 55 or maybe even 60% with advertising. So she really gave me something. I was going to call her and tell her that she did, but now I don't have to call her because she's going to be seeing this right now. So to the president of Mexico, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But we're going to do a great advertising campaign saying how bad it is, how drugs are so bad for you.
My last question, Mr. President, you have mentioned briefly in your speech about the legacy. What would you like your legacy to be, if you can tell us more about it?
That I came into a country that was great, but is in trouble. And I made America great again, and I got it out of trouble, and people respect America now. And we were a country of peace, and we brought peace to the rest of the world.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Yes. But thank you, Richard, for the introduction, and thank you to all for such a warm welcome. It's great to be back in beautiful Miami.
Okay, for everybody on YouTube, this is going to be the end of our session, trading session today. Today was a tough day. It was really difficult to pull anything out of the market. Very slow, very sluggish, going both ways. You had to be very strategic on the entries. We didn't do too bad, based on the day that we've had. But it's been for sure a difficult day. again, profitable, and that's what counts. But all right, everybody, for everybody on YouTube, have a great day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.